Good evening, everyone. Hidden, how are you?
I am doing well. Yourself?
There you go. Good. Let's try and get some music going in the background. So that's what I'm supposed to do is put all those things. Oh, and my camera's going haywire because had to switch my phone around. And yeah.
Sounds like a fun time over there.
It's all right. Just had to get just out of my element for a second. Especially it's not going live as often anymore, I guess. There you go. Hopefully some people come and join us, but if not, no big deal. We'll just chat for a bit, shut her down whenever works. The market is ranging after today's escapades, so I expect us to not have a whole lot of action in the markets tonight.
Yeah, nobody expected that news.
No, it was quite crazy. I wish I wasn't trading too much. I had some algos going, and they did all right. I should have cut one trade shorter, and I would have done a little better. But yeah, for me, anyways, branding. I'm going to be kind of rebranding the channel, I guess, a little bit, going more to trading, as I've talked about before. And I'm going to start. I have some algos that are a couple that I have ownership of now or starting to get ownership of, so I'm going to use those possibly. I'm going to be testing some other ones that I have access to through someone else that I can show them off. They're a little more expensive, but they seem to work quite well so far. So good anyways. So I'll be going through some of that stuff as time progresses. I'm just not quite ready yet. I got to get some things set up to make it a little easier to show it off a little more effectively. Other than that,
so
what you
Forex or futures?
Sorry, it's all futures. I like futures. I just find futures a little better. Forex stuff kind of, I don't know. It's just they don't seem to work. I haven't found any that work. I know you've had some tries at some, and we've never really kind of hit anything that kind of works. Whereas with futures, I've had one that we've been using for a year, and we've actually ROI'd on it, and it was a pretty hefty bill. It was $6,000 to buy it, but I did not pay this. I had a.
How long was ROI on that?
The ROI was probably 6 months to a year, but it was because it was a learning curve to get to know them. And now that I do the actual ROI came in probably 4 months, not even 3 months maybe. So it's not too bad, but it took a while to get there. And the issue with a lot of these is they don't just not do any hand holding. They give you too many options, all the data to go with it kind of, but not really how to do it and all that stuff. So I don't know. It was a little bit of a learning curve at first. I ended up settling with just one of their algos and just running only the one, which becomes a little bit of a slower grind. But if I added anything else to the mix, it either became too big of a loss when days were bad, and then not as good of a green when days were good, because one would win, one would lose kind of thing. Whereas when I went down to one of their algos, it seemed to perform in a way that was fairly consistent over time. We went through August with almost nothing, if not we were down a little bit. But then other months before and after that, we had made some grand on, if you have 20 accounts, obviously we didn't make $1,000 per account because there were some that were still building, but there was 3 or 4 of them that we took 2 or 3 payouts in a row on them, like $1,000 a week kind of thing. That's where we got our $6,000 from. So it's a learning process. Hopefully I get to come to you guys and show you the learning process complete. And yeah, good evening, Creedog. Is this Chris? Since you're talking about 9:30. Give him a second to chat, but if this is Chris, so I don't know if you want to say out him, but basically he actually made one of the bots that I'm trying out, which is going good so far. I keep getting some errors on connection, but that's not his fault. That's more on my side. 9:30 just sometimes is a funny time where I find NinjaTrader likes to drop sometimes on me. So, but otherwise it's been good. We'll see if Chris comments back, if that is Chris. I assume it is because of his comment, but yeah, so hopefully we're going to try and do some things where we can bring the ones that I am testing that are a lot less expensive. Obviously there's some project called the Pulse, which I was trying to help out. We'll probably start with them and back test a little further with this and a couple of other algos that I'm testing out and running, and if that works out, we'll start hopefully seeing some positive move there, and then invite other people to that to benefit from that learning. The more expensive ones seem to work quite well, but unfortunately they're obviously more expensive, so there's that give or take kind of thing, because the one that we paid $6K for is now $10K, and so is this second one that I'm trying, and $10K is not the easiest pill to swallow.
I guess you do get what you paid for, though.
Well, exactly, right? So what are you puttering with there?
I am trying to put a Raspberry Pi case together.
Okay.
For the Flex Hash Lite, our node for solo mining.
Nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, we haven't won the lottery. You would have come in here a little more blazing.
Not yet. Doesn't mean we won't. That's
nope, absolutely not.
Fun of it all.
When I get a little better cash flow, I'll maybe try and put a little bit more in there to have some fun with it. But
I throw like $20 every pay period in.
That's a great way to do it. DCA, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, I can show this for a second. There's really not much happening, so I probably will not be doing. I won't be doing any trading this evening. I have been doing some really good evening trades actually. Did quite well a couple of days in a row. Just today, after this crazy movement, like this was. Well, we haven't had a Trump day in a long time, and this was a Trump day. So I'm going to back that up a bit, but. So as you can see, we obviously had quite the 9:30 kerfluffle where it was deciding what it wanted to do, and then all of a sudden it was game over and we bounced. Came back to the 9:30, which is we call it an apex or a range 2-day in the pack. These are things you'll learn inside the pack. But basically, when we have these crazy pullaways, we usually have an afternoon ranginess, which we did until a Trump comment and with Greenland and stuff went to the moon.
Yeah. We're fucking. United States you're going to be a United States state soon here too.
Yeah, there you go. God forbid.
We're taking over the world.
Yeah, exactly. But a 569 point day, 2.2 raise in the NASDAQ, that's pretty significant move for it. But yeah, pretty crazy. So as expected, that kind of created a little bit of a lackluster start to the Asia market, and we'll see where that goes. I say that, but it's probably still a good 30, 40 points. No, 60 points even. So, I mean, it's actually not a crazy, but it just looks like a dwarf next to today. Mm-hmm. So that's still 0.24. So not still a small move for it, but so I'm not going to expect too much out of it. Although it looks like, I mean, I don't know, we could see this hour do a little pop. And I would kind of, I mean, I'm not going to expect it to see that, but I would kind of look for it to kind of touch up here at some point during this hour. So we'll see if that comes through. But otherwise, we could just have an apex and come back down here. Like, none of this stuff is a science, but I'm just going to make my prediction that maybe it'll come up here and break this high from the previous hour. But just because of the way it looks, but it looks like it decided to make a little bit of a pump.
You know it's going to happen because you don't have any money on it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, it's going to probably go flying right up here, but actually, I do need to get one of the bots started because it does do overnight stuff. I don't want to show my accounts, but I guess there they are. So this is the stuff that I'm running kind of on my own. I own a couple of these, so we're going to see how they go. And we'll go from there, but which I did already get them started. Look at that. I was already ahead of the game. So yeah, so we'll get those going and see if those happen. So what I'll probably do is after this week, now that I've got my feet wet with all these, I'll probably do up a spreadsheet and maybe put them in my Discord and start showing you guys daily on those and show what they all are. As well as the Pulse Discord, and then we'll kind of go from there and see how it goes. Because yeah, I think I just want to get something that's feasible, and hopefully that's a reasonable price for people to get in. And then if they want to go and pay the big bucks after they start earning some money and get something a little fancier, then I'll have the options for both. Is my hope. At some point, obviously, if I do get some strategies that work, I'll start charging some type of minimal fee of some sorts for people. But where the Pulse, my goal is to try and get them to pay out before I start charging anything. So we'll see. done a lot of work trying to get something working, and it's been a tough road. So I'm sure a lot of them have kind of stepped away from Discord, and it barely there as it is. Is it loud, Black? Sorry, I should have asked.
Yeah, can you turn that music down?
Yeah, I certainly can. Sorry.
Just a little bit.
Sounds like it's coming through pretty rough on your end, but I guess it blacks it out for me, so I'm not. Is that good?
Perfect.
Okay.
Now I can hear you.
It's one of those algo things. You're supposed to do this, and I always forget to do it. And luckily,
That's interesting. They want upbeat background music in your videos.
Yeah, I guess it kind of, I don't know, does something to the algo. I'm just trying it out. Turn you up a bit. Low, but you got a lot of background stuff going on.
Yeah, I got the 3D printer going next to me, and I got 3 of our solo miners down the way. So
that'll do it.
Yep. One thing I don't think I told anybody except for maybe Bubba, but I personally bought a bigger solo miner, and that's downstairs because that thing will heat this room up like a freaking sauna.
That is allowed. It's loud. Sorry, you kind of you.
No, the heat.
Oh.
It's not that loud, but it throws off heat. So I personally have just under 100 terahash a second, and then the group together is at about 40.
Okay. Oh, so that one kind of bumps you up quite a bit, and then kind of does its thing. Cool. And look at that. Just when I say it, look at that. I'm a market maker, guys. Yeah, and just to go into why I say this is we've got like, and again the pack. So you guys will hear me talk about the pack a lot. And hopefully as I get busier and start doing more of this YouTube video and stuff, we'll get people back in here a little bit more often because we're pretty slow lately, of course. But I'll give some tidbits and info about what we do inside the pack. But the idea obviously will be to have you guys suggest that people try and give this a whirl. If you have any interest in trading and if this excites you at all, the stuff we learn is pretty epic. One of the first things you learn when you get into the pack after like the first couple of days is what an average hour looks like when you break it up into quarters, and then in turn how that repeats itself sometimes over a 3-hour window. And our 3-hour windows are broken up from 1800 to 2100 and then so on throughout the day. Some of the big ones being 6 to 9, 9 to 12, and then 12 to 1, 12 to 3. And what you can see in a pattern of that is oftentimes you will see the first quarter of the 3-hour, which is obviously these 3 quarters put together. That first quarter will usually create the low or the high of the 3-hour, and then in turn your last quarter, so the last 3 quarters of it, will create the high or the opposite. So if this is a low, this will be a high. Obviously none of this stuff is set in stone. There is events where you see an apex, which is where it goes up and then comes back down, and then there's everything in between, right? Like there's even in a 3-hour window, there's still thousands of wiggles that happen inside this thing, and ways that the candle could end up printing. But the other is a good portion of them end up being this or this, and so not that you're trading off of this idea, but using things like the 05 boxes to have breakouts like this breakout to take that to the upside, or to do things like when it hits the low, taking maybe a small position and then adding to it as you get breakouts of the 05 and taking profit in between. All these different things you can do, and seeing the strength of it, whether it breaks above through this 0.05 range that's out here, or whether it goes overextends to the 1% or the 0.1%. There's all these different things we go into, and when you put it all together, it makes for quite the amazing learning experience, and it's really shaped how I trade and look at the market now and made me a lot better at what I'm doing. Unfortunately, there is always our own personal stupidity and dumbassery that we put into our own things, where we either get greedy or overtrade or all these other things, and those are the demons I have to work out and figure out on my own. But as a whole, when I stick to my plan, I do quite well, and can create quite good revenue from it. It's just stopping the blowing the accounts that becomes the hard thing. So I'll go through more of that kind of stuff, and as you can see, it's kind of playing out as planned there. But again, that doesn't always happen, but it's just a probability, and that's what we base a lot of our decisions on, is using the data and what's happened in the past to create the future. Or not create the future, but create an idea or a percentage towards what future might happen. So it's a lot of fun. I really like it, and I'm hooked. And yeah, I won't be stopping this anytime soon. Oh, it doesn't show. It doesn't switch my screen. Damn it. So that. So yeah. So if you want more information, it's all here. We do have some links off of the website to join us, but we have some free stuff. So if you ever want to learn a little bit more of what we do, there's some YouTube videos that we do daily and weekly to kind of learn a little bit more. And then if you do decide to join and take a closer look, the boot camp is $100 for 3 months, which is peanuts compared to most of the bullshit stuff that you learn. And then if you decide that you like what you learned and you want to continue on with a community that is like-minded, then you can join the pack for $60 a month. From you. Sounds similar to ICT AMD theory. There is everything in this space has got a name, and 9 times out of 10 there's 7 names for the exact same thing. So yeah, there's definitely ICT names, DR names for some of the things. This is really just one thing that we teach inside the pack trading group, and it's just one ideal. And yes, it definitely shares similarities to other things. I have never studied ICT. I know nothing about it. I do know we have some crazy ICT traders that have come over, and they've found value in what they've learned with us to add to what they do, and it's really brought them to the next level. And the nice thing about it is what we teach does have those kind of bridges between all the other stuff that's out there. But it gets you to actually do some of the important things like create a plan. And look at that. I called it. Look at that. I am a market maker. So it gets you doing the things like creating a plan, the stuff that they don't talk about in a lot of these groups, right? Like a lot of these groups have these videos and they do all this flashy shit to kind of get you hooked and to buy into their culture and their ideals. And then you practice it, but because you don't have the fundamentals down, because you don't have a trading plan for yourself, you just start willy-nilly practicing what they say based on this simple hidden theory or whatever it is, and then you don't find success with it, and then move on to the next shiny thing. This kind of gives you all the gamuts, and then after you're done, you can take whatever you already knew previous and build your own actual plan from it with what you know and what you learned and what you knew before you came in. And yeah, we've had some really damn good success and some people that are absolutely killing it, and some that were already killing it before, and that upped their game. So it's pretty. I'm hooked. I've been with the pack for 3 years, so it's not a flash in the pan, but it's definitely evolved immensely since Matt Mickey joined up with Austin, and they kind of created this training program that I help manage and admin side of it. So yeah, lots of fun. But yeah, for sure, definitely some ICT stuff in there, some things that will. I mean, he talks turtle soup. I don't know what that is, but I know that it's something that we go through with breakers and stuff like that. So it's pretty epic, and we keep adding more data. And the big thing here is the website. You actually get access to things, and I can show you guys a little bit behind the scenes. But when you log in, it attaches to your Discord. But there's journaling software that you can go through and set up your journaling. I've done some of it. I haven't done a lot of it yet, but I got to go through some stuff and still fill it in. And then this one is one of the pieces of resistance. But the idea here is this gives you access, and we actually have something set up now for even the Asia market, whereby I can wargame the Asia market and get that on that. But I haven't signed in a couple of days, obviously.
I enjoyed trading the Asian market more than New York.
It can be quite nice. So you can actually change this. This is new now. This actually wasn't around when you were doing this, because you did come into the pack a little bit.
Look at that.
But you can actually switch now to the Asia market. And now what you're doing is you're putting in the data from New York. So in this case, from New York 1, let me just grab my stuff. So if I back up, because I have to go back to yesterday, replay mode. I think we had a long true none. So long true none. And then so what you saw, sorry, I should have shown that, but and then long true none. So what you had beforehand is we had 1528, so 1,528 days of data. Sorry, actually more than that. 4,585 days of data. And then as you put in data, it starts minimizing and changing your probabilities based on what could happen. And so we had 2 long trues. So we're actually down to 305 days. And it actually gives you a play of how the Asian market might look. So, and we're already playing ball with that, and we're heading up right now until possibly around 2100, where we might start seeing a little bit of a dip, but some wiggles upwards until then. So it's pretty fantastic that now again, this doesn't mean this is exactly what's going to happen, but this is showing you the median of the 305 days of data, and this is kind of what it's done. And so you can kind of look at the green or the red pill and see how it goes. You can put these on top of your chart. You can do all kinds of things with it. And based on the days that are left, it's very likely that the low a day is in, and that the high a day will be like, sorry, this goes from when? This goes from 8. So it's going, okay, so we could hit a low. I have to look at this more. I haven't looked at the Asia one set up that often yet, but, and it even shows you the distribution. So we should end up 0.1 away from the open of that hour of that day. And then this goes your high distribution, could go up to about 1.1. It's kind of where it goes. So it's really, really neat stuff. And we just keep evolving this information and growing this information. And it's a pretty crazy, amazing tool. And we keep developing more. The developers are pretty amazing in this group and the stuff that they put together for us. So yeah, that's
that's huge. That's huge. We had a lot back when I was doing it, but that's even more.
Well, yeah. But wait, there's more. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the candle science one is pretty neat too. It kind of tells you some stuff, and yeah, that we're still pumping a little bit. So we've now created that 4th quarter high again. Sorry, I'm not sharing that screen. So it would have been a pretty good trade day had I tried it, because even just this alone, if I had taken, depending on how many, yeah, I would have taken profit about there. So we would have had about $200 to $500 possibly that we could have made off of that one, and then still had a runner maybe with a break-even stop loss. So yeah, pretty sweet. I'm still nowhere as proficient as a lot of the other guys. I do a lot of the work inside the Discord, so I do distract myself from trading as much as I'd like to do, or I don't get my work done because I'm trading too much, one or the other. So, but we have a lot of case studies of people that have done quite well with it, so pretty cool. And there we go, pumping some more. And we're 0.22%, so we're already above the median. Actually, right now, if we go to the 5-minute chart, I wonder how our distribution is. So on average, over the last the last 14 Thursdays, our average distribution has been about 0.62, which is yay much. So we actually still have some distribution. So this is telling us that we could see ourselves reach up even as high as here during this part of the Asian market. Oops. So we could see as big a move as that, and we've already kind of gone. I don't know why that's not black. Yeah, sure. So we could see us go as high as that if it keeps pumping, and that's pretty. Yeah, so that's right in between previous day high. So it'll be interesting to see if we hit that. Take a screenshot, somebody take it, and then tell me whether we hit that later on tomorrow morning, and tell me whether I was right or not. Yeah, other than that, that's about it. I don't have too much else to go through. I'm going to keep coming through, and I'll keep going through more of these details. I'll keep kind of honing what I'm doing in the Asia market, and I'll try and have some trades either already started or see if we can take one when we're live. And then, like I said, in my Discord, in the Pulse Discord, I'll start probably posting some, and the Discord will get a little bit of a face over, and I'll start posting some data on how the algos are going that I'm running. They're not algos; they're really just bots. I mean, it's not like it's a algorithm that thinks for itself and adapts or anything. It's just either a range or a sniper bot or whatever that kind of does its thing and tries to take some slices out of the market with somewhat consistency, or at least a positive expectancy kind of thing is the idea. So yeah.
So it's
anything else for you, sir?
No, just you know, trying to make it through everything. Flex hash rate still we're still here. If you got $20, throw it in, get yourself a ticket. Every 33 tickets, we get another machine. Other than that, not a lot going on.
There you go. I'm just gonna check. I haven't checked since I went away since Christmas. I don't think I've actually checked the FlexIRA, but oh, there's a good little.
Oh yeah, you're one of the ones that needs to apparently pay attention.
Why?
Because there's like thousands of dollars that haven't been compounded that are just sitting there.
Oh yeah, well I've been compounding, but I just haven't in the last few weeks. I'm not one of the ones that are that bad, though, luckily. But yes, I'm just looking there now. Oh, we're almost back up. Are we full now again?
We're gonna be, yeah.
So I'm gonna compound.
Bill bought like $80,000 worth of.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Withdraw. Oh, actually, I think we're maxed out because it's giving me. It's kind of weird. It's like saying compound only dividends.
So we got two. It's a new thing. When he sends bonus divs, they're automatically compounded. We cannot withdraw them.
Oh, okay. Which is not bad because that helps us get back up to that cap quicker.
Exactly.
And at least he doesn't have to worry about people not hitting the button.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I can withdraw. I'm just going to compound all, I guess, is all I want to do. Just looks, it's weird because my compound only is a smaller number than my withdraw / compound. But
pull it up real quick if you don't mind, or
no, I don't mind. I think I've had mine up here before. If it's like everybody knows, I've got like over 10K in this one, so which is awesome. Replace screen. Yeah, so it's got this and then this. Why would this be lower, wouldn't it?
Let's see here. So withdraw compound only. So that top one is what you can withdraw or compound. The bottom one is the extra divs that he's been sending out. That's
so it's both these then, technically?
So yeah, you got a total of 160 something.
Okay, well, I'm just going to compound all. Oh, I guess I need to have my ledger on there properly.
I'm waiting for them to add Wallet Connect so I can use my Tangent.
Can you use your what? Oh,
my
your
Tangent.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here. I can't do anything on the website because there's no way to connect.
Oops.
Well, it's good. It's a forced compound. I'm pretty sure I got a couple $100 that I compounded because I can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. There you go. So you guys witnessed your first 3-hour line versus an Apex.
Still got the wolves too, I see.
Yeah, I keep them on there usually because sometimes there's some confluence I'll use with them, especially if it's pushing through. And you can see they do well. So, and I think he's updated some things on them. There's a bunch of stuff that's changed since your last through. But good day, Quarter Mile. You missed all the fun. You'll have to go back and watch it. We're almost finishing up. Welcome though. Nice to see you again as always. But yeah, mostly just talked about some bots and stuff that I'm playing around with, and some future stuff that I'm going to do about kind of documenting those a little bit better inside the Discord and inside the Pulse, and hopefully try and give some things for people that they can actually maybe get some benefit from. And I called this nice punt that we just had. Yeah, I mean,
called it pretty well too.
And there we go. And then we'll see if it ends up hitting this funky little annoying pink line, as Venom calls it. But we'll see what happens, and whether it hits that tomorrow. If it does, then yay me for my non-trade trade. Why is it not? Do you see my screen?
I see you on TradingView.
Oh, weird. It doesn't show me on the screen, but I guess it's just saving resources. Yeah, so other than that, I guess if there's nothing else, I'm going to leave it at kind of that. If you have something else, I mean, obviously, so if you guys are interested, like I said, he's got these solo random. Oh my god, I can't speak. Hidden's got some solo miners there, so $30 a pop.
$21 a ticket.
Oh, there you go. and then you can get in on that. So basically, it's just a lottery-ish system, I guess, whereby if they do mine a Bitcoin, we all get a really nice payout. If they don't, then we don't lose a ton of money.
Correct. And I am working on one other thing. I wanted to get it working before showing it, but integrating the ability to deposit, like if you don't want to do a ticket and you want to like a faster chance at hitting a solo block for whatever, brains and nice hash. So I'm setting it up so you can put $20 in, and then I'll deposit it to whichever one's got the best hash rate at the time, and you tell me which coin you want to solo mine, and then I rent the hash, and if you hit a block, it goes right to your account.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Always fun to play little games, and it feels like better gambling than buying a lottery ticket, which seems to be pretty much just money out. This might not be that, I guess, but at least it's got a little better odds than some things. Yeah. Any other questions or anything from you guys? Anything else you guys are interested in? Obviously, the market's been the market. I mean, Bitcoin, I think, is still kind of, I haven't even looked at it in a couple of days, but it was pretty volatile lately, I think, eh? I can pull it up, I guess, this way, but BTC. I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter which one. Finance, sure, let's just do that. Oh, that's a very crappy chart to look at. 90, are we around 90 right now? Did it go back up that much? So it had a similar chart there, eh? Broke away from the 930 and then back up. So funny.
It's annoying, to be honest with you. Bitcoin was never supposed to be this connected to the stock markets.
Well, that's the biggest problem, right? So, and that's what's causing a lot of this crap. And unfortunately, I mean, it was bound to happen, especially when the big boys started putting money into it, because they need another way to print money, because the U.S. can't keep doing it because it's going to devalue its dollar, blah, 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 blah. So it was
push all the debt into crypto and we'll be debt free.
Exactly. Magic, eh? Magic internet money comes to life finally.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'll leave you guys with that. I keep saying I'm going to try and get to doing some more content. There is some stuff I want to do. It's just I've been really busy with the boot camp and the pack trading, and it kind of really is where as it's probably shown, it's kind of where my passion is. We will. Where'd my pink line go? Where's my pink line? But I guess I can cut it back again. What did I say? 60 minutes. Just so I have it for tomorrow. Oh, I wonder if I was on MNQ. I bet you I was on MNQ. That's probably why. There it is. There's my pink line. I'll check that tomorrow and see. Obviously, if I was to enter, actually, what I'll do, if I was to have entered into a trade, I would have put my stop loss probably there. I might have put it a little tighter, though, so it's kind of hard to say, but we'll put that in there to mark the chart for the fun of it and see what happens overnight. But I probably would have more put it like up here, but I'll just put that for now and see. Because I would have taken some profit, so I probably could have extended it and just left my runner. Thanks, Quarter Mile. Bless you too. Hopefully everything's well with you, sir. And yeah, anything else, guys, please let us know. As always, we'd love to hear some things. If there's things you want us to talk about, we're always ears. It helps make these a little bit more interactive and a little more, hopefully, awesome over time. I'll try and get to doing content because it would be nice to help even all of us, the few of us that do come around this every week. It would help if we got a few more people hanging out with us. So if I can start actually putting some content out, that will help garnish some new viewers because, well, crypto's been dead. So, yeah. Now I think I'll stop babbling and we'll leave you at that. Thanks so much. Have yourselves a great rest.